Thank you so much. So I'm going to present a topic on the antifungal efficacy of zinc oxide nanoparticles against ustilago tritici. As all of us know that ustilago tritici is a pathogenic fungi which cause loose smut disease to the wheat crop, due to which the yield and all the crops of wheat get damaged, and due to which we are facing crisis of food, because wheat is the staple food for most of the countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, India. So for that's why the need of an hour was to design something which is very much effective and have a potential to inhibit this attack. So that's why we first synthesize zinc oxide nanoparticles from the leaf extract of Azadirachta indica, and then we applied different concentrations of ZnO on the wheat. And can you please put to the next slide? Basically, the reason for the selection of this topic was this: that we all know that wheat is very important food crop. Demand for its production is increasing with the increase in population density, because this is a food crop and having most important nutritious diet. The need and production is in demand with the increase in the population. So with the passage of time, with the increase of different disease variety of diseases on the wheat, we are not meeting the demands. The most important disease, which is the deadly disease, that is the loose smut, which is caused by the ustilago tritici. And the most important reason why I selected this topic is the availability of the solution, because chemical fungicides are the only available solutions to the disease, and also the use of elite varieties, which we can say that very expensive varieties. The cultivation of elite or advanced or modern varieties is the solution to overcome this disease. And our local farmers, as we know that in Pakistan, the wheat is being cultivated by the farmers which are who are maybe the landowner of 1 or 2 acre. They are just cultivating wheat crop for their own food, so they are not familiar with the available solutions, and they cannot afford the expense that much expensive wheat varieties. So for that's why we selected this topic, and this solution, and we designed this solution to overcome the disease, because this is eco-friendly, non-toxic, and this is we can say that economic as well. And in order to meet the food crisis, we selected this topic. Please put to the next. Okay, so if I mention the research gap, that is, I have already explained, there is no such an effective fungicide available which is easy to use, which is not expensive, and which is commonly available for the all poor or common farmers. And as the only solution which is recommended by our expert and our researchers, the focus is to cultivate the resistant varieties which are very expensive. And there are so many susceptible varieties such as Morocco, TD1, and Galaxy 2013. There are so many others which are very vulnerable to be attacked by the disease. So, if I highlighted the novelty of my work, that this solution is eco-friendly, cost-effective, and first time to be attempted in Pakistan, and even in all around the world. This kind of work has not been done with the idea to overcome the disease with the eco-friendly and cost-effective method. Next, please. Okay, and similarly, that's why the aim and objective of the study was to isolate the fungal stains causing loose smut of wheat. While I was working, I designed this project in 2019, and now I completed this project. The first problem, or I can say that the hurdle which I faced, that was the availability of the stains. as these are the biotrophic fungi, it can only attack or live on its specific host, and ATCC stains are also not available. So for that's why the first problem was to isolate. So for that's why I was supposed to wait for the cropping season, and as crops get matured and get affected with this disease, then I isolated the even I isolated the stains from the different cities, not my host city. Then I go through the identification of the fungal stains, which was also very difficult in for me, being a student, and as due to the lack of so many opportunities. Then we used to go to the artificial inoculation of the experimental crop which we cultivated. We did artificial inoculation of that crop, so that that crop will affected with this disease due to this pathogenic fungi. Then we synthesize zinc oxide nanoparticle. Then we go through the process of characterization, and then we finally we did experimental field trial in 2022 again, to apply that zinc oxide nanoparticle on the wheat crop, so that we get the efficacy of zinc oxide nanoparticle against this fungi. Before that, we also utilize the plant extract in 2021 to inhibit the fungus, so that in case if that plant is effective against that fungus, then we synthesize the nanoparticle from that plant, and now we have our results. Please next. The purpose of this work was, when I started this project, many of my teachers and experts were not agree to allow me to work on this project. Uh, so that's why I was supposed to convince all of them that we have to do this. Then for that's why I highlighted some points that this disease is the potential threat to the cultivation of wheat in the Pakistan. It is also it was also very deadly disease in Bangladesh and India, but they have overcome. But still, Pakistan is facing this disease. Our crop is still, we are not in line with the production, and we are not getting that much yield as Russia, Bangladesh, China, USA is getting. So loose smut is very important disease to be addressed, and definitely the most important thing that there is no resistance against rust and smut in our vulnerable wheat varieties. In result, we are losing our yield and our food, and most of the people in our countries who are living in the villages and small cities, they are facing food crisis. So vulnerable wheat varieties are very important, and my important focus was that in order to buy that much expensive wheat varieties, and in order to apply that much expensive fungicide, which are chemical based and they do have some toxic effects, we have to design something very important, which have environmentally friendly, and doesn't have that much toxic impact on the crop, as we have to eat that crop. So but that's why that this according to me, according to my knowledge and my expertise, I thought that this is a serious concern to work for the better wheat production. I think that we have to design that kind of researches, or the novelty is, according to me, novelty is supposed to be something which we can bring from the lab to the land. When we are getting food from the land, then our research and novelty should be that of that kind, which we can apply on our land. And this work was, according to me, need of an hour. Next, please. So that's why we selected zinc oxide nanoparticle, and there are so many simple and important reasons why we selected zinc oxide. Why not any other, nanoparticle? Because this is low cost. This can enhance the food preservation. This is not the kind zinc oxide when we are, synthesizing this from green synthesis, and we can safely apply on the crop because this is non-toxic, and this is considered as a safe substance by the FDA, and this is body absorbent material, and precursor is low cost. Variety of nanomaterials are available, tasteless or disagreeable smell, and no reaction with the crop. So that's why we selected ZnO. Next, please. I am sorry if I am going fast. I am just trying to be in my time. So the important thing that when we go through the previous year's production of our crop, we can see that the production of wheat was little bit increasing or decreasing in different years. But when we see that in 2020 the production of wheat was decreasing, and in 2021 it was again increasing, in 2022 it was again increasing. Now in this year I'm not sure if we have increased the production or decreased, because there are some other environmental crisis due to which most of the big cities have lost the crop. So for that's why I think that still we need to work on the production, on the better uh, production, and not only production, we have to work for the protection of this crop, because we are importing still you know uh, wheat from different countries. The most important thing which I think is that if we are not importing, even then we have to produce this crop more, because being an agricultural country, we are supposed to export this crop, and we have we should must have to to produce wheat, enough wheat, so that we can provide this food to our neighboring countries. Next, please. So when we highlight the world wheat production and its consumption and the stock, according to local marketing year, 1,000 metric tons. When we see that Pakistan is the one country who is being an agricultural country, is not able to export its wheat. Being an agricultural country, we are supposed to export, but sometimes we are importing. In 2022 we do export of the wheat, but now as you all know that unfortunately in the last 2 to 3 months we are facing the crisis of food due to the shortage of wheat, which is which was very painful for me, uh, because when we have a potential, we can do that. We are supposed to produce this much. Next, please. Next. Okay. Next. Okay, this is the most important. These are the some of the very much important figures that you can see, that when the ustilago triticale attacked on our wheat crop, the all the wheat grains are converted into blackish powdery material, and all the grains are lost. So due to which we lost the production, and we don't have that much yield, and the crisis is. Next. Okay, so here are the results of my research. When we applied the zinc oxide nanoparticle in different concentrations to different, here we have different treatments, T1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Here we can see that when we applied the different concentrations of zinc oxide nanoparticles, the percentage of disease severity was reduced, or you can see there is no uh, disease severity, and disease control was about 97, 98, and 99%. So when we applied zinc oxide nanoparticle in comparison, we applied nativo, which is well known fungicide solution that is produced by the buyers, and the results of zinc oxide nanoparticle at the 500 sorry 200 ppm and 150 ppm solution was very much in accordance to each other. So that's why we concluded that our results are much better, and we can apply this solution for the future. So that's why in this year 2023 I again cultivated the crop so that I can get much better results. Next please. Okay, here are all the kernels of wheat from my own experimental crops. Here you can see the first one, which is with A. That was the one which was not applied with this. The A is from the T1, which was not treated with any kind of treatment, and that was attacked by the that was left to be attacked with the with the fungus, and all the crop and all the experiment control plot was damaged, and there was no yield. In B you can see that the kernels are much better, but in C and from C, D, E, F, G, H, all are very healthy plants, and crop is very healthy. There is no even a single uh, plant which was attacked. Next please. Okay, so here you can see that wheat variety, which is Morocco, that was being cultivated during the year 2020 to 2021, and the negative control, that is T1, which was not treated with any of the solution, and T2 is an experimental plot which is treated with the zinc oxide nanoparticle at 25 ppm. T3 is the experimental plot which was treated with 50 ppm, and so on. We applied different concentrations, and T here H, which is the T7, that was positive control, which was treated with a chemical based fungicide, and the results of T2 and from T2 till T6 are uh, the yield potential and the health of crop is totally similar to the healthy crops of T8. So that's why we can consider this as an effective potential solution to inhibit the fungus. Next. Okay, so to meet the future food production, food demand imposed by overwhelming increasing population with the expected needs, as we know that the demand for the wheat production is increasing 2% annually, and it is believed that in 2050 wheat production should be 9 billions. The demand is this much. This challenge of increasing wheat production is difficult to meet due to outbreaks, disease with the insect pest. To overcome this challenge, the only solution was appropriate management of the fungal disease, and the major disease of the wheat was contributing most of these losses are rust and smut and the burns, reported by the experts. Next. Okay, here we can conclude our results that from our present experimental analysis, experiments are, responsible for, we can say that the loose smut is the important fungal pathogen which can cause the diseases, and due to which we are facing the yield and crop losses, while still we have different kind of other pathogens, but the important one was the ustilago triticus. That's why the leaves of as a directica indica was used to inhibit to synthesize the zinc oxide nanoparticle to inhibit the fungus. So results, our resulted outcome presented that in the leaves of indica and nicotiana have effect very found very effective in controlling the disease in the year 2020, and then applied ZnO in 2021. The yield was increased, and biogenic zinc oxide nanoparticle were very effective in increasing the yield. Not only these zinc oxide nanoparticle were not only responsible for controlling the disease attack, but was also responsible for increasing the yield potential of the crop, and also the health of crop, height, spike, number of grains per spike, number of spike and spikelets per plant, number of tillers in the productive meter square area, and we also get 1,000 grain weight, good 1,000 grain weight in the experimental plot with the high protein content and very good total phenolics and flavonoid content. Thank you very much. Here I have concluded my topic, and at the end, I would like to convey my thanks to the Magnus Group and Word Nanotechnology Conference and all the experts and my seniors. Thank you so much for listening.